Good morning, everybody. Apologies for not being around very much, but it wasn't due to anything nice like holidays or anything bad like illness. It was an absolutely hopeless broadband provider, so we had no Wi-Fi or internet for the last few weeks, but it's been sorted out now. That was a quick look at the potatoes, and these are the courgettes that I germinated first and then planted just to see if they would come on. Strawberries there at the back, and as you can see, the courgettes are doing really well. These are the leaves that, if you look at the video on the 14th of June, I didn't know what I'd planted, and Mick, the grumpy gardener, said they were Swedes, and he was right by the looks of things. That man definitely knows his onions. These are the Amelia spinach. They look like they're about to bolt and go to seed now. Another pot of Amelia which we've been eating our way through. Not quite as prolific as the perpetual spinach, but still doing well. Some spinach there. The butterhead lettuce you saw, they've been incredibly slow to grow. I don't really know why, but not really doing very well. And radish, which are just about ready to be picked now. We'll plant some more of them out this week. They're the French breakfast radish. Some trays of salad stuff that's gone to seed, but the romaine and the little gem lettuce growing in the plastic bags there, they've been lovely. We've picked a few heads of them already, and that was a tray of the butterhead lettuce, which was quite nice. We've been eating them. Now this is a very strange pot of carrots. I've sown this pot twice. Once I scattered the seeds all the way around, and the second time I put two sort of straight lines of carrots that I intended to thin out, and what you see growing there is all that's happened. I don't know if it's something in the mix or if it's just a bad pack of seeds or whatever, I don't know, but anyhow, I might get a few carrots. That's the lost and found onions. And to anybody ever wondering, can you grow cucumbers in an 8-inch pot? Well, there's my 8-inch pot. And the answer to the question is, yes, you definitely can. We've had some lovely cucumbers. Sort of from the middle of June until about 2 weeks ago, I've been mostly harvesting courgettes every single day. We've had so many, we've given them away, we've had vegetable ratatouille up to our back teeth with the courgettes in it. We've run out of recipes for courgettes. We've had so many to eat. And now it seems to be the turn of the cucumbers. But those two are growing in little pots that are just sitting on top of the barbecue, and you can see they're doing really well. These are the parsnips I thought, well, I pretty much had it. The leaves were being destroyed. Well, our caterpillar friends are still there. I'll just pick that leaf off, but they seem to be they seem to have bounced back. So I've got some parsnips growing there. These are the pots of the courgettes and the cucumbers, which are in front of the pots of potatoes, which I'll harvest probably September. I think they're mostly main crop, but actually at this stage I have no idea what potatoes are in what pots. I've completely lost control of the situation, but they're still growing. And I thought the pots at the front with the cucumbers, and there's another lovely zucchini or courgette. The pots at the front, they're now basically supporting the haulms of the potatoes, so I'm too scared to move them. But it doesn't seem to be affecting the growth of the courgettes and the cucumbers. More cucumber there, as you can see. Lots of small and medium-sized ones coming on. So now we're desperately trawling the internet for cucumber recipes. I've got to do something about next year. Now that I know they actually grow quite well in pots, and they grow quite well in this spot in the garden, that's the spring onion, I need to do something about successional sowing next year, I think. Beetroot, we've had a few beetroots out of these pots already, very nice. That's the last two pots of, it's not the last two actually, there's some more. But those two pots didn't seem to do well in that spot at all, but I've had a couple of cucumbers and one courgette off them, but they were definitely the least productive, so there's something about that spot they don't do well. 3 trays of lettuce coming on, really nice. The little gem there. We've had a few heads of lettuce already from these, just to make space for the other plants to grow bigger, so they're producing well. I've got some peas planted which have come up really quick, but I need to do something about supporting them. They're the parsnips again that I thought I'd had it, because the parsnips just seem to not be doing well at all, but they seem to be coming on. That's the tray of carrots the fox kindly knocked over that I re-sowed, and they're doing well now. They're higher up and you can't get at them. And have a guess, more cucumbers. So we've already given away a load of cucumbers that we harvested last week because we just can't eat them all. So when my granddaughter comes in, we're going to go hunting for cucumbers before it gets dark, and I reckon we'll harvest another 10 or so today. So they've done very well, considering actually watering these pots was a bit of an issue, because the compost, some of I have different composts in different pots, and some of the stuff is obviously quite cheap. Pot of potatoes there ready to be harvested, and the rhubarb chard, and just some more pots of lettuce. But yeah, once it dried out, it was really hard to get it wet again. If you watered it from the top, I've got a very short video to put up. The water just went straight through the pot, but it didn't actually get absorbed by the compost. It was a very strange phenomenon to look at. These tomatoes were all self-seeded, or volunteer tomatoes that I pulled out of containers as they started to grow, put them in their own little pot, and they're now producing tomatoes, which is lovely. Except for these two in the end. I don't know if they're Tiny Tims or Snow Whites, or there was a yellow tomato, but they were from a packet of seeds. I can't remember what, but those two were bought and paid for. The rest are all self-seeded. Now have a look at this garlic. Right, I do not understand this at all, but some of you are bound to have come across this. The garlic stems have completely died back in a very short period of time, and halfway up, not halfway up the stems, about a quarter of the way up the stems from the soil, on all the stems, are these weird looking growths. They look like little pods or seed pods or something. Maybe that's what they are, I don't know. The bulbs themselves are tiny, as you can see, but that's them there. But they've sort of burst out from the stem. And I've never grown garlic before, so I've never seen this before, but it doesn't look right to me. It looks a bit weird, but some of you are bound to have come across it, and I'd love to hear your comments on it and what's going on here with the garlic. So I put ghoulish garlic up. It looks like something from that Alien film, the first Alien, which was the best, not the follow-ons in the franchise. Some more potatoes there. And you probably know this already, but potatoes and tomatoes they're related. They're second cousins by marriage, if you like. They're the same family of plant, and I've got some of these potatoes have actually gone to seed. So if I can just find some of the seed pods here, you'll actually see they look like unripened tomatoes. There you go. Well, to my untrained eye and unknowledgeable eye, it's actually quite hard to tell the difference at a distance between that little bunch of seed pods from the potatoes and the unripened small tomatoes. So I'm going to Heirloom Reviews did a very good video on seed potatoes. I recommend checking them out if you, not seed potatoes, potato seeds, growing potatoes from seeds. And apparently as well, the genetic makeup, there's one that fell to the ground, is slightly different. So by growing potatoes from seeds, you introduce a different sort of genetic variety, or potatoes with a different genetic makeup, I should say. So it'll be interesting to try that for next year. apparently what I have to do is just wait for the haulms to die right back, then pick the seeds, let them soften. They'll blacken and soften, and then they're sort of very easy to split open, and within these little pods are all the seeds, about 300 in each apparently. So I'm looking forward to growing some potatoes from seed next year. That's it. Sorry for the absence. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.